Hello and welcome back to Queendom TV. I hope you're having a good day. I'm having a good day because I'm getting to talk to you. Now, today I wanted to literally I've just filmed my I'm back video, hello. And I really wanted to talk about this particular subject in question right now because Jamie-Lynn Spears, hello, hi. So, #FreeBritney, by the way, I've been praying for Britney Spears. I'm so glad she's finally got her lawyer, and I'm going to do a whole nother video on a different day about Britney Spears. But today we're going to discuss Jamie-Lynn because she is really grinding my gears, if you know what I'm talking about. First things first, this is what I want to talk about in the video, okay? Jamie-Lynn and James and Lou M. Taylor, all of those spawns of Satan, if I might say, they do not know God. And I'm telling you this now. Some people are going to think, who are you to say this? Who are you? I'm telling you. They do not know God because I'm telling you this, yeah? Look, I've even decided to pull up the Bible for you. Now, if you're not a Christian person, if you're not a believer, that's fine. That's great. You should still listen to this video because the point isn't about Christianity, but it's about education and it's about looking at things and just using a bit of logic and common sense. I think people throw, as soon as spirituality comes into it, logic and common sense gets thrown out the window. At least in terms of Christianity, logic and common sense is right there with you. Let me just tell you. So anyways, I wanted to read a Bible verse here. And it says in Galatians 5, chapter 22 and 23. Verses 22 and 23. But the fruit of the Spirit is love, joy, peace, patience, kindness, goodness, faithfulness, gentleness, self-control, and against such things there is no law. Now, the starting of this says the fruit of the Spirit. Now, this, for you people out there who are not Christian, this is your Christian litmus test. Okay? Galatians 5, 22 to 23. This is your Christian litmus test. If you hear somebody talking about God, before you even attribute God to that person, I beg of you, Google Galatians 5, 22 to 23. And I tell you why. Because the big issue we have here, and I hate this, by the way, as a Christian person, it infuriates me, and it's not a joke, and it is very serious, by the way. I hate when people all be slapping on God's name onto things he ain't got nothing to do with. God ain't got nothing to do with that. Because let me tell you why. First of all, Jamie-Lynn, my love, doing up fake tears. And we saw it more than once as well. If you saw the interview, you know when she did this whole Instagram live video and she's talking about, oh, and I love my sister. Of course I love my sister. I just didn't want to talk if she wasn't ready to talk. And it's like, you know what? Your accent's cute, innit? But still, you do not exhibit. Let's bring it back. My Bible. Love this Bible. Love. First of all, if you loved your sister, I don't care what. How many people in this world, if something wrong is happening to their loved one, they don't have time to think about, oh, how are they going to feel about how I react? They act. Because why? Because something bad is happening to someone. Britney has been in this conservatorship for over 10 years, over a decade. This woman is 39 years old. And you're telling me now that she has spoken up in court, which, by the way, we only know because there were people in there recording it. Thank you, Jesus. I believe that was God who allowed that. People recording in the courtroom. That's the only reason we know. So are you saying, I just want to know, Jamie, were you going to take this to the grave? And then what were you going to say to Jesus? Oh, sorry, God. When you got to heaven, oh, sorry, God. I could have backed her up, but, she didn't really want to talk about it. And, no, that doesn't make any sense. Your sister's living in prison, essentially, or Hollywood's conservatorship version of prison, yeah? You know your parents. You know better than anyone what's really going on behind closed doors. So if there's anybody that should be speaking out, it should be you. And if you've seen the whole #FreeBritney movement, you know a whole bunch of people will be behind you. And it's been proven already because people, the last time that she went to court, which I think was 2016 or 2017, I'm not sure. But the last time she went to court, there wasn't that much like, you know, fuss around what was happening. But the fact that there was such a big fuss around this time when she went this year, that's part of the reason why things have moved forward. And again, there is strength in numbers. So, and I'm saying all these things, because to me, these things are just logical. Like, you, as somebody who's famous, like, and on top of it, like, let's just, anyway. Goodness, faithfulness, gentleness, self-control, joy, peace, love, patience, kindness. All right. Now that we've agreed that these are not, these traits, yeah, these traits are not traits. For Britney Spears to have said in her testimony, yeah, that you and your family members, she wants to sue her whole family. She didn't say, I want to sue my whole family, but my sister Jamie-Lynn. No. She wants to sue the whole family. And now you want to be, while she's still in that, are more concerned about defending yourself. Does that make sense? Are you okay? Are you dumb? So I'm not really seeing this, like how people are not seeing through this. I mean, a lot of people are seeing through this now, thank God. And I think it just goes to show, first of all, I want to finish my first point, which is she has nothing to do with God. So let's just stop with that, okay? She's not showing the fruits of the Spirit. She's not showing real love towards her sister. In fact, all she's doing is trying to cover her own butt, just like her father's doing, clearly. Just like what even was happening in the courtroom. I mean, why did they stop the court? Britney's had all this to say. Britney's saying she wants to end the conservatorship now. Britney's saying, no, 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 no. Then they go off. They come back and Britney's dad has to have a whole break, by the way, to come back and say, oh, I didn't know this is what my daughter was going through. And I just wanted to say to her that I love her. And where was that before? Again, if you really cared, your immediate reaction, like, people don't need time to work these things out. If you care about somebody, these things just happen automatically. You don't have to have some long, break and come back. And then now at that point, now Britney's saying, oh, she doesn't, or she wants things, she's happy for things to be sealed now or something. Ridiculous, guys. So I just wanted to address that because even Lou and the dad, Jamie, were saying how they prayed and they fasted. I promise you they did not pray and fast to the Lord, the living God. They didn't. They probably fasted to the devil because it's got the devil written all over it. This has got the Hollywood devil sign, sealed, delivered, I'm yours vibe to it. Do you know what I'm saying? So these people, Jamie-Lynn, James, Lou M. Taylor, they ain't got nothing to do with God. I'll tell you that. They got nothing to do with God. The person who does is Britney Spears. Patience. My girl has waited faithfully all these years for this. She hasn't killed herself. She hasn't let this take over her mind. She has waited and waited. Kindness. She didn't come out off the back foot even trying to say too much about her family. But it was only after Jamie-Lynn, gosh. Anyways, people, stop giving your children your name because you'll be passing on them demons. But that's a video for another day. But anyway, Jamie-Lynn, who was I talking about? What was I talking about? Too busy thinking now about the name video. But kindness. Oh yes, Britney Spears didn't like make a big fuss about her family. All she said, she wants to sue them. Okay. And she didn't even get into too many details about who, what, where, when. And we were only really thinking about James at the beginning because we didn't know much about the mum and Jamie-Lynn. We all had our theories, and I'm saying I'm talking to the people in the Free Britney movement. We know what we're talking about. If you don't know, you need to catch up. But basically, I'll let you know on behalf of us as part of #FreeBritney. We didn't really know about the rest of the family members. So actually, they had an opportunity, and this is why, again, this is why I know that Jamie-Lynn does not know God. Because if she knew God, yeah, and if James and whoever, let's just talk about Jamie first, yeah. If she did, what she would have done is she would have said, you know what? I failed my sister and I am so sorry. But I am prepared to do everything that I can. This is called taking accountability. That, let me tell you, is something we do in this book over here, yeah? Not hiding, not trying to make ourselves look good while basically trying to force a series. Like, even with this, and again, you shall know, the Bible says you shall know them by their fruit. Okay? This is what I'm talking about, the fruit of the Spirit. Jamie-Lynn. Tell me why most of the cast of Not Zoe 101, which by the way, I used to watch Zoe 101. I loved it. I was so disappointed when she got pregnant, as in like I was disappointed that she was leaving the show, not that she got pregnant, but I was like kind of thinking, oh, and I kind of feel like, you know, anyway, we're not gonna get into that, but anyway, tell me why so many of like the cast and stuff, apparently, allegedly, that's how people are covering themselves on YouTube these days, allegedly. Tell me why these people are allegedly saying that you have allegedly, I'm so done. Like the show's not even coming back, and basically you're just trying to force it and force your daughter to be on it. Is that a generational curse I'm hearing? Hello? Hi, yeah. Is this the Generational Curse Foundation? Oh, okay, hi. Yeah, I just wanted to put in a claim. I was wondering about a Jamie-Lynn Spears. Yes, her father, yeah, he exploited his daughter. Yeah, for fame and money. Yeah. And what is Jamie trying to do? Oh, she's trying to force her daughter onto a show that's not actually supposed to be happening, and stating that it is. Oh, right. And so, and the fans have been saying they're not interested in the show either. So I wonder why she's doing it. Okay. Oh, okay. Awesome. Okay. Thank you. But yeah, so the generational claim has come through, and I'm seeing it, like we're seeing it happening right now. Why are you forced? And like, these are the things, like sometimes when I'm just looking at things, yeah, I'm here looking at things like, guys, are we asleep or what? Are we blind or dumb? Like, really? Because these are the things that are happening in front of our eyes, and these are the things, like, and this is why I have to say something. I have to say something because it's upsetting me that people say this about God, and I feel a bit like, I don't like it. Yeah, I don't like it. I don't like how, it really rubs me the wrong way, because it gives so many people the idea that God would be a part of any type of thing like this. And I'm telling you, in this whole story, the only thing he is a part of is helping get Britney out of this thing. And she even said in her testimony, and I was here literally like this, by the way, when she said it, she was like, I don't even want to go to therapy. I just want to pray. Do you know what I mean? Sis just wanted to pray. And meanwhile, Jamie's trying to do the whole, I love my sister and I'll never take her money. I've been looking after myself since I was 7 years old. And yet we've seen documents. We've seen receipts of your flights being paid for by Britney, by her estate. And now you want to talk about paying for yourself. Are you a liar? Yes, you are. And the Bible talks against that as well. So I'm just saying all of this to say, like, I'm saying this in a very jovial sense, yeah, guys, but this is real life. Like, this is serious. This conservatorship thing, it ain't no joke. And I'm not going to get into that today. But what I will say is, don't just here, like, with anything in life, yeah, you should be able to test something yourself, yeah? I'm a scientist. Hello. Science is going to be on the channel as well. See you soon. Anyway, with anything in life, you should be able to, with your own judgment, test something, right? And that's why I believe, you know, even in the biblical principles, God's like, okay, this is what my people are supposed to do. This is who I am. Test me. Test them. And he gives you ways to do those things because he has nothing to hide, because he is all good. Now, let's look at these people. Test them. There has been proof. Yeah. Like I just said about, I saw it myself. You can go and find it. I can't be bothered to get it up right now because I don't need to. If you're that concerned or you don't believe me, go and search it for yourself. Many people have even inserted those receipts in their videos showing that this woman who claims that she had been paying for herself since she was 7 years old has been getting flights around America and wherever paid for by her sister. So just wanted to say that in terms of James and Lou Taylor, like, guys, I want to say something about these two on the subject of just everything. In life and in the world, this is why I always say to people, I don't believe in good people. I don't believe in good people. Even Christians are not good people. Christians are just vessels being used by a good God. But the people themselves, they ain't good. And I don't believe anybody is good. And the reason why so many people are being failed is because we are so quicker to think and want to believe that somebody is good than that somebody is bad. Yeah? People, oh, I'm going off topic again. People at the beginning of this conservatorship wanted to be like, oh, Britney needed to go. Like, And even Britney said it, and I said this before her testimony as well to somebody else. I was like, how comes Miley Cyrus is out here doing a whole madness and no one's saying she needs a conservatorship? Is that because her daddy got money already? Oh, we didn't think about that one, did we? Now, this is what I'm saying to you. So anyway, when it comes to James, when it comes to Lou and all these people, we've got to be very realistic, and we've got to remember that some people, and a lot of people, like just like how somebody in a particular career doesn't mind stepping on somebody else to get to the top, people will do the same, and they'll do it with their family. And this is why we need to stop saying things like, oh, well, your family you can rely on, and your family loves you, and your family has your back, because it's not always true. And it's sickening how not true it is a lot of the time, and it is detrimental and destructive for the people who live in those situations where that is not true. Let's stop doing that. Lou M. Taylor, and do you know what they do? And this is the thing. This is the scary thing about some people. I'm not going to lie to you. These two scare me. James and Lou, they scare me big time, because I'm like, you two are really out here saying you've been praying and fasting. So you really had the bollocks, big, juicy, heavy bollocks, to be walking around claiming the name of Jesus and God and everything when you yourselves know he's not there. Hey, you lost your minds. You lost it. They lost it. They lost it. But anyway, that's very dangerous, isn't it? All I wanted to say really in this video was, first things first, Jamie, she don't know God. You don't need to check. You can check. And you know why as well? The level of pride she has. Pride has no place in the kingdom. Let me tell you that. There's no place for that in the kingdom. So her coming on here talking about, I pay for myself and no, you didn't. You're lying. And you can't even, like, you couldn't even admit. And we all know. And no one, and this is the thing. I feel like majority of people wouldn't even have a big problem if she said, well, you know what, because she was the biggest, the breadwinner of the family, if you like. Some of the her money did pay towards some of my stuff in life. I don't think people would have an issue with that as such. And I think people would appreciate the honesty, but it's the fact that there's been zero accountability. And I mean, you can even go and look, if you think I'm just here because I'm just a Britney fan and I'm just a young woman and I think I'm girl power and whatever, you can go and watch. There's plenty of, you know, objective people who have done, like I was watching one video on Observe. The guy, he basically is like a body language expert, and he did different videos like assessing the body language of Britney, well, not her body language, but the way she was speaking and stuff, but he also assessed the body language of Jamie-Lynn, and he kind of compared them. So yeah, all I want to say is just, you know, be aware in the world what people say. I can walk around saying, you know, I worship sheep. Doesn't mean that I do. Doesn't mean that the sheep have anything to do with what I'm saying. So just because somebody's walking around and saying, oh God, this, and I prayed that, and I did it, doesn't mean nothing. Secondly, the proof is usually out there. Like, the proof is usually out there, and we should learn to test things and test people. There's nothing wrong with testing people, because that's how you're supposed to know. In the same way, if you're an employer and you're hiring an employee, you test them. You say, okay, show me your CV. Show me your qualifications. If you want to work somewhere, you do the reverse. Okay, who's this? What's this company? What have they achieved? If we can accept that in these areas we want to test people, or in school we get tested to then get qualifications to then do the next thing, to do the next thing, and then those qualifications actually mean something, then why don't we test people outside of that as well? Why do we just go along with what people say? You know, and we're failing people. And this is what I'm going to get into more in my other video. Just the fact that we don't test people, the fact we don't look for evidence that half the time is right out there for itself. It's really failing people. But anyways, I just wanted to talk today about mainly Jamie-Lynn, kind of touched on James, Lou M. Taylor, which, by the way, about James, just to throw this in here right now, just to let you know how much of a wackadoodle this guy is. My guy, yeah, despite all the stuff he's doing with this conservatorship, do you know where this guy lives, guys? Do you know where my guy lives? He lives in an RV outside a warehouse that has all of Britney's belongings in. Like a full-blown psycho. Like, I have to be here to protect this stuff that I am so obsessed with having. If that doesn't sound like evil or even Smeagol at this point. I don't know what is. Anyways, thank you for watching my video. I hope you enjoyed it. Please subscribe. Please check out all my videos. check out my first video back, and I will see you on another one.